Hey, my friend. I'm really glad you're here. Tonight I want to share something that could completely change the way you look at life. This isn't going to be a lecture or some complicated theory. Just imagine we're sitting together, having a calm evening conversation. And I'm telling you about a method that changed my life and the lives of many others. It's called entering the sleep state. Neville Goddard used to call it SATS, state akin to sleep. But honestly, the name doesn't matter. What matters is, it works. And it's so simple that most people don't believe it at first. Then they try it and start seeing real changes in their lives. And as we talk, I want you to keep one idea in your mind. Anything is possible. Absolutely anything. You know that moment right before you fall asleep? Your eyes are closed, your body feels heavy, your thoughts begin to drift away. You're still aware, but already half in another world. Have you felt that? That's the secret doorway. Our minds work in a funny way. During the day, they never stop arguing with us. You imagine something, and immediately, that inner voice jumps in. Come on, that's not realistic. You can't do that. It's impossible. Sounds familiar, right? But when we're falling asleep, that voice quiets down. And in that silence, the subconscious opens. Whatever you feed it at that moment, the images, the emotions, the feelings, it accepts as truth. And that's where the magic begins. Imagine this. You're almost asleep, and instead of replaying your worries or problems, you gently start imagining a short scene, a tiny moment from your desired future. Not just a fantasy, but as if it already happened. Maybe you see yourself holding the letter you've been waiting for, or checking your phone and seeing the exact amount of money you wanted, or hearing the voice of someone you love saying, "I'm here." That tiny moment becomes a seed, and seeds always grow. Now, let's be clear. This isn't about magic in the fairy tale sense. It's not that you imagine something tonight and tomorrow a suitcase of money shows up at your door. Although, who knows? But usually, it works as a process. Your subconscious starts changing you. Your mood, your reactions, your confidence, and the world begins to reflect that change. I remember a story about a woman who wanted a new job. Every night before falling asleep, she imagined one simple scene. Sitting at her new desk, smiling, hearing her coworkers congratulating her. That's it. Just a few seconds of that scene. And you know what? After a while, she actually got that job. Coincidence? Maybe. But there are thousands of stories just like this. Another man used to imagine hearing the sound of a payment notification on his phone. He'd see the screen, feel the excitement, and one day, out of nowhere, he received unexpected money. Not because he was doing nothing, but because he changed how he felt about money. He stopped feeling lack and started feeling that it was possible. Here's the funny part. We're all doing this anyway. Every night we program our subconscious, but most of the time we do it the wrong way. We go to bed thinking, how will I fix this tomorrow? Why isn't anything working out? What if it goes wrong again? And then we wonder why life keeps repeating itself. But you can choose differently. You can go to sleep with a happy image in your mind. Just one picture of what you want. And slowly, that image begins to shape your reality. So, think for a moment. What's one desire that really matters to you right now? Doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's a phone call, a message, a small amount of money, or a smile. Imagine it already happened. Feel it. You might even smile right now. That's the feeling you want to take with you into sleep. Don't overthink it. People often ask, what if I'm doing it wrong? Or, what if the image isn't clear enough? None of that matters. Your subconscious doesn't need a perfect movie. It responds to emotion. Even if it's blurry, even if it fades, as long as you feel peace, joy, or gratitude, you're doing it right. And if you fall asleep during your visualization, that's perfect. It means your subconscious has taken that feeling with it. Think of it like planting a seed every night. It doesn't matter if it doesn't sprout tomorrow, it's growing. And soon, you'll start noticing little changes. New people, new ideas, new chances. They may seem random, but they're not. They're the reflection of your inner shift. I know you might feel skeptical. That's okay, but think about it. You already imagine things every day. You think of problems, and you feel anxious. You imagine failure, and it repeats. So why not use the same power consciously? Try it tonight. Before sleep, relax. Choose one short scene. Not a whole movie, not the entire journey. Just one tiny moment where the dream is already real. Repeat it gently until you drift off. That's all. And don't expect instant results like flipping a switch. Sometimes it takes days, weeks, or months. But if you make it a habit, you'll see your world start to change. Remember, this isn't just daydreaming, it's creation. We've been told imagination is childish or unreal. But Neville said, imagination is God in action within you. What you imagine with faith and feeling becomes your life. And yes, it's not always easy. There will be days when you feel low or tired. But even then, try a tiny moment. A smile, a sense of calm, a feeling of relief. That's enough to keep the process going. And please, don't compare yourself to others. Everyone has their own rhythm. The key is consistency and faith. So, right now, say it with me. Anything is possible for me. Say it again. Feel how it sounds. Anything is possible for me. And yes, you'll still take action in your life. But after this practice, your actions will come from a new state, from calm confidence, from joy. You'll start noticing opportunities that were invisible before. That's the real power of this. Try it for 1 week. Every night before sleep, one short scene, one emotion. Repeat until you drift off. Then watch what happens. Come back to this video and listen again, because every time you do, you'll hear something new, something that goes deeper. And before you go, write in the comments. What scene are you going to imagine tonight? Your intention might inspire someone else. I'm really glad we shared this moment together. Try this tonight, entering the sleep state. And remember, anything is possible. Absolutely anything. See you in the next video.